Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the March 4th, 2008 Board of Selectmen Sewer Commissioners meeting. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Yes, Madam Chair. All 5 selectmen are present, as is the town administrator.
Thank you. Before we begin this evening, is there anyone that wanted to address the board under citizens' participation? Okay, seeing no one. The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. And I believe that we only had the one bill that was pulled, right?
Yeah, we do have one bill. It was pulled out, so we have an appointment.
Okay. Mr. David Smith, are you? Good evening, how are you? You want to come up and have a seat? Okay.
Hi.
How are you this evening?
I'm okay. I just got over 5 days of walking pneumonia, so Michael told me you guys should have some pity on me.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're pretty nice to people that want to volunteer their time anyway,
Good.
so, you know. And you want to be on the bike path committee?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And you want to tell us a little about yourself or the reasons why you want to be on that committee? Because we have a lot of them you could choose from.
Oh, yeah.
We can get you on a couple, maybe.
Oh, good. I guess it's a question of lifestyle and the way you want to live. And one of the things I've always felt is the bike paths are essential for the people that come here, particularly during the summertime, summer residents that come out here for the recreation. And getting the bikes off the road is a major concern of mine. And when I heard you guys were developing this, I got very interested. I've had some experience with I wasn't on the committee, but I was involved with the bike path in Falmouth a little bit. So that got me interested too.
Oh, good. Good. Are there any questions from the board? John?
I don't have any, no, but thank you for volunteering.
Jim?
No, again, thank you for stepping forward and wanting to volunteer. I know that it's kind of a long project.
Yeah. It's going to be quite a few years, I understand.
Right.
Jim?
I don't have any questions. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Okay, well, and I
Well,
have
that was
nothing.
easy.
Oh, wait a minute, we haven't, you're not done yet.
Oh.
We're not letting you away that easy. We just have to make a motion and then we can leave.
No one else has anything?
No, I have nothing. I know that the Bike Path Committee will be happy to have you. They have been working diligently. Mike Langford
Yeah.
and Lois and Louise, they have been, and I know I missed a couple, but they've been really doing a lot of work, and they're very good at getting us the updates of what's going on, so it should be exciting.
How many, is there still one opening?
Actually, I think...
I was looking at the members.
There's two, actually.
2 more openings?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Could be 3 even, but I know that there's at least 2.
Madam Chair, I make the motion that we appoint David Smith, 130 Pinehurst Drive, Wareham, let's see, as a member to the Bike Path Committee to a term to expire June 30th, 2010.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? It is unanimous. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You can get the paperwork from our office and go get sworn in at the clerk's office when it's convenient, and then you are a member.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great evening. Glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
Okay. The hearing isn't till 7:15, so do you want to, let's see. Do you want to take the Swan Festival? We'll
Sure.
take it out of order so we
Okay.
can keep going.
Makes sense.
Yeah, for 5 minutes, so. Okay, then, next item, we're going to take it out of order, is the use of Merchants Way for the 12th Annual Swan Festival.
Hi.
Good evening, how are you? Good, thank you. Twelfth Annual, huh?
Yes.
You can have the floor if you'd like to begin your presentation, or any comments?
Well, we're looking for approval to close Merchants Way, the day of the festival, which will be the Saturday, the 12th, with the rain date of Sunday, the 13th. We've already been in front of the events committee.
Excuse me, could we have quiet in the back? It echoes up here. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. We've already been in front of the events committee, so we've spoken with all the town officials on that and have their quotes as well. So in order to move forward, I just need approval of the
Just our
date.
approval. All right. Any questions from the board? John?
Well, I have a couple of questions. Actually, I suppose they're just questions on the fees for the different agencies. I'm just going through the different ones. Some of the numbers don't jive. So you've already made arrangements, I guess, with the police and EMS and all that stuff for their services.
Yes.
Just
And the
under
figure has changed for the police because
Well, no, I mean,
originally-
it doesn't match a different group that's next, so I was just curious. And then I guess, Madam Chair, just looking under the police department here for special event approval, they've got 2941, and then what does that say, town 10%?
That's the
Tax.
administration fee that
We eliminated.
we already repealed a year and a
Yeah.
half ago.
Probably.
It was July of our first year.
Yeah, so that comes
So
off.
less that figure as well?
Yes.
Yeah,
Take
so-
that off, yeah,
Good.
that's, I don't know.
Great.
We thought
Yeah.
that would make you happy.
So, yeah.
Well,
So take the
that's all I had, but I go down there every year, and it's a great day, and glad to see it's going to continue.
Thank you.
Thanks, Madam Chair.
No problem, Bruce.
No, thank you.
Jim, which was essentially I know, Jim and I had talked
Well,
about, which was the
yeah.
same thing that we had talked, that John brought up, so.
Yeah, I mean, some of my discussion for it was, obviously the numbers change, but I know that we've had different groups in the past come forward, and at times they've struggled to pay some of the detail costs. So I've asked for a presentation on how it's derived a few times, and we haven't received that in the last year. So I don't feel comfortable with this until I receive. I think that the board needs to get some type of presentation on how these are derived.
I believe you have to speak with Lieutenant Brightman on that.
I would say,
He's
could we,
calculated it.
would you have any objection if we still granted the use of Merchants Way?
Right.
And then we could just say, we could maybe ask Mr. McAuliffe if we could get them in here, because if they, if it's to if they can explain it to our satisfaction, it would be the top amount there. And if anything, it would go down. I'm sure that the Swan Festival people would not mind if we gave them a lower rate,
Well, did you get the revision from February 20th
No.
that he did? Okay, so there is a big revision, because the first...
Oh, maybe.
Yes,
First-
we do have it.
Okay,
Well,
it does say it says revised.
Okay,
And it's
all right,
dated
great.
2/20 at the bottom.
What-
Originally,
Yeah,
when we
February
had
20th.
met with Lieutenant Brightman, there hadn't been a decision as to whether the fair would be held on Main Street
Okay.
or Merchants Way. So the difference in the fee on the police department would be, if it were held on Merchants Way, it would be significantly higher, because you're
Yes.
having more offices required,
on Main Street.
because you
Main
have
Street.
more
On Main Street.
streets that you have to shut off.
Right.
Versus having it behind Merchants Way, there was a less number of offices required, so it would be significantly less, which was a big factor in moving it back to Merchants Way this year.
Well,
Do you remember what the number was?
it was 17, I think.
For-
Yeah, I think it was
2 years ago.
16.
Yeah, it was
For having it
17,
on Main
2 years ago.
Street?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I believe it was around 8,000.
yeah, so which would be
Right.